Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with me today, she is a nail artist. Please welcome Christy Nahomi. Hello, Christy. Welcome to
Hi.
the show.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh. I'm nervous because I don't really do stuff like this, but I am extremely honored for you to invite me on here. So thank you so much.
You're absolutely welcome. So I want to go ahead and get started with this interview by asking where are you from and how'd you get started into nails?
So I'm from Pennsylvania, specifically Berks County area, Reading, Pennsylvania. Um, I actually started back in 2020, during the pandemic. I was had a lot of time on my hands, and I was actually enrolled on in the business marketing program at Penn State.
Mm,
And I don't know, I was just not really feeling like it was my place.
right.
I wasn't really feeling like I really wanted to be there, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, that was just not the path for me. I did till sophomore year. I was in my sophomore year, and then everything went virtual,
Right.
and I had a lot of time to really think for myself, for just what I wanted to do, and if this is really the path that I wanted to continue in.
Mhm.
And it was the pandemic was very different for everybody, but I feel like for me specifically, it was definitely more of a breather type of moment where I can really figure out what I really wanted to do in my future. And I think I just got into nails off the whim, you know. I just had a lot of time on my hands, and I was like, oh, I have a sister actually who does nails. She does acrylic nails and stuff like that. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, it looks really fun. I always wanted to try it. So I just, bought some products, and I was just practicing on my own. I think I just started out with just making press-ons for people I knew and stuff like that. And then it kind of just started off with press-ons, and then I slowly started to turn into me doing my friends' nails. And then I decided to go to nail tech school because I think I wanted to do this for real, you
Mhm.
know? Yeah, well, that's kind of how I started. And then I ended up after I had my own nail studio and stuff, and then I just decided I was like, I'm gonna move to New York, and then yeah, fast forward.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. But how'd you get started with your own nail studio? What was the journey like having your own nail studio?
I already knew that I wanted to be independent just because um I've always been surrounded by just very strong independent women in my life, women who had
Mhm.
their own businesses. Like my mom, she owns her own daycare and stuff, and she loves working with kids. So I mean, it was just I've always been, and I've had aunts who have their own businesses or their own little bodegas and stuff. And
Mhm.
I've always been surrounded by independent women. So I feel like once I graduated from nail tech school and got my license, I wanted to just immediately venture into being independent and stuff
Right.
like that. So at first I was booth renting at one of my friend's studios. She does lashes,
Mhm.
and she had a space available, and I started there, just building clientele back in my hometown, and it was great. Um, and then I decided to just move on to my own studio, and I just opened up my own place because I had built up a good amount of clientele and stuff that I can do it,
Right.
which was great. I loved having my own studio and stuff like that. Since I've moved to New York, I've been working at a nail salon, but my move is to become independent once again, which is
Mhm.
very different for me because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not the transition from being independent to working for a salon. It's usually the opposite way. People go to a salon and then they go independent.
Right.
So it was such a
Mhm.
moment for me because I'm usually the one used to just calling the shots and working the hourly that I'm used to and stuff like that. And working on
Right.
other people's times is was just a little difficult, but I learned to adjust okay, this is just temporary and eventually I'll go back to doing my own thing.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, right, exactly. Now,
Yeah.
what has been your whole experiences like, working with different clients, especially different nail shapes, different nail beds? Like, what are some of your experiences dealing with clients?
Well, I would say different systems work for different nail beds and different people and stuff like that. Like I specifically work with just mainly Japanese, Korean gel-based brands and stuff like that, like
Right.
Leaf Gel, Ageha, Presto, like
Right.
just, and I was looking specifically for a salon who also worked with that as well, which I work at a salon called Akiko in Lower East Side. But it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. That's what I specifically like to work with. But I know for certain nail beds and shapes, like some people, they specifically need stuff like acrylic, or they need things specifically like hard gel, which I am always open to having people try out gel and stuff and seeing like, how does this work for you? And if it doesn't work for you, there are other people who would be able to do like something else for you that might work better for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Most definitely. Now, who are like some of like the nail artists you looked up to, like that you've seen, like, you know, being in the nail industry?
I feel like one of the nail artists that I feel like just, I don't know, she just like her style was just like, this is like literally all I like, this is literally like, I love all the stuff that she comes out with. Is like, I have nothing bad to say. Like I love everything that she posts. Is Tenjuku Nails. She goes by Annie. I actually even flew out to Miami to take a class with her because I just admire her just that much and stuff like that. She's been in the nail game for like 3 or 4 years and stuff like that. And she's doing amazing. We actually became really cool and stuff like that. So, and every time like I have like a question or something like that, like she's someone like I consider like a mentor to me, that I can just like reach out and be like, what do you think about this situation? What do you think? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Also, Narina Nails, since I've moved to New York, she has definitely been a mentor to me. Like even before I moved here, she wanted to meet me and I wanted to meet her really bad and stuff like that. She was like, yes, come to my studio. And we not even about like, we just have conversations and stuff like that. And she's actually the one who recommended me to go to Akiko because that's where she started out like 3 years ago. And now she has her own nail studio, but she's been in the nail game for like 10 plus years. So she like, she's very well known within like the New York area, I suppose.
Yeah. Both Annie and Narina, they both have like a very like similar style with like anime, and I like how they do anime in the nails, and it's very, very detailed. Like it reminds me of like the Japanese nail artists that do like manga and anime on the nails. Like, you know, it's very good and very detailed to do something like that on a very small canvas. But also too, like I had a chance to interview Narina. Narina's really, really cool, very down to earth. You know, like she has a very, you know, she's like that type of person that's like, yo, she keeps it real.
She keeps it 100%. She does not beat around the bush. Like she will be so honest, but that's what I love about her. She's just like a very honest person. She gets right to the point. She doesn't beat around the bush. And that's what I appreciate about her, because she knows what it's like being in this nail industry and how, you know, how underappreciated we are in this industry.
Right.
You know, in the beauty industry specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, you know, within, you know, the fashion industry, also within like when celebrities wear our nails, like, you know, we need more credit in terms of what we do, because we spend a lot of time doing nails for the fashion industry, editorial stuff. Like we need to be paid more, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. So I'm glad that nail artists now, you know, especially with Narina, that they're being more vocal about like, yo, we need more credit. We need more shine, because this is as much of an art as anything else.
100%. And I feel like it's been like that since I actually like started like 2020 and stuff like that. Because before I was just a client. I was just someone who would get their nails done. And I don't think the nail industry was as vocal about being paid what they're worth.
Right.
And being respected in this industry. They weren't like, we were just like, oh, well, we got $50 for you. This is all we got. You know what I'm saying? Right. Do what you want with this. And we spent hours, so much time just perfecting our work and all that stuff, just to not get paid the same amount as people who do hair or people who do lashes and stuff like that. Right. So I definitely think now nail artists definitely are putting their foot down when it comes to getting paid what they are worth.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that, especially with press-on nails. Like press-on nails, like, if you look at Maddox McCullough, who is Ball Pit Nails on Instagram, or like Viv Shoe, like they're charging 200, 300 something dollars for a set of press-ons. Like, yo, this take hours to do. Like, this is high quality products that we're using. Like, we put in the labor in to make a great body of work for you.
Yes. Well, and I their work is phenomenal, which
Mhm.
I feel like it's very worth paying those prices, especially since press-ons can actually be reused and stuff as well. So you're actually getting like more bang for your buck because you could only just wear that nail set once. You could wear it multiple times as long as you take care of them.
Yeah, exactly. And especially too, like people have to understand, like if you're willing to buy like $200 like purse, $300 watch or something like that, you should be able to afford like a set of nails, like whether it's gel extensions, press-ons, whatever.
Whatever. And that's so true because working with clients at a salon, it's like we take whomever, comes to our doors and is willing to pay. But there are many times where people like don't tip us or,
Mhm.
or like we have to be very transparent with like the prices and stuff. Be like, hey, if you get this, and will be just an added charge, but I just want to let you know, just so you don't get up to the, up there and you're just like, why is it this much? It's like
Mhm.
we got to be super transparent because people they're very like about paying
Right.
higher prices for nails, even though they're lasting you 3, 4, 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Depending on the person, as well.
Right.
But especially if you're using quality products, I don't think
Right.
people really understand. As a client, I try to explain to clients as much as possible that the products that we are using are not cheap products. We spend a lot of money on our products, and we put a
Mhm.
lot of time and effort into learning our craft. And this, like, because I was like in nail tech school, the stuff I learned in nail tech school was just like this much. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then further than that, I have to go get my own education, got to pay more money. You know what I'm saying? So of course,
Yeah.
as nail artists slash nail techs, we're gonna ask. We should, I believe we should, because there are still nail techs out there and nail
Yeah, I
artists
agree too.
aren't charging their worth. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I'm a huge advocate for nail artists charging their worth and charging whatever they feel like their work is for.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. I could definitely agree. Or with any creative in general, like, charge what you're worth. And the thing is, too, is like with no education, like I did cosmetology courses in high school. And even with that, they teach you a small sector of nails. So my focus is the nail sector. And even before I jumped into cosmetology school, I was already like learning like some stuff about nails and stuff like that before I got into cosmetology classes in high school. And the thing is, even after getting my license, I still have a lot to learn. So that's the thing. And so with the whole thing with in terms of like beauty, the beauty industry in terms of like, beauty school, like cosmetology school or nail school, they don't teach you everything to get equipped. Stuff is not up to date with what's going on now. A lot of nail trends products and stuff like that, or how to invest in certain things.
No, 100%. When I went to nail tech school, I remember I was trying out a Gel X application on one of my like the other students and stuff, and the teacher was like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh God, oh my!" Like we
My
are
goodness.
behind with the times here. Like they were just teaching us like I was like because we got to the gel manicure section and
Right.
gel is something I really really enjoy and I was like
Yeah.
oh like are we gonna get to do this are we gonna get to do that and she was like no and I'm like oh,
My
okay
God.
like she was like no we're just gonna talk about it we're not doing all that we're not talking about forms we're not like yeah like we're gonna talk about it we're not gonna do it and I'm like cool cool I guess I have to do my own, which is great because like I feel like when you go out to get your own education, you can reach out to nail artists that you really like, you really love their work and stuff like that and ask like, hey, do you do like which I tell people like anytime you're getting started in the nail industry, because I've had people reach out to me asking me if I did classes or where did I take classes at or whatever.
Mhm.
I was like, first and foremost, get your license because you don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
But further than that, reach out to nail artists that you really admire their work and you really, you really like their work and ask like if they are willing to do like a one-on-one class or if they do classes and stuff because those are people that you can learn a lot of things from. There are things I was like that I was like had no idea about. Like I remember the other day, Narina, I just went out to go talk to her and stuff because I was telling her I was just like having a rough time. And she was just like, sit down, let me do your nails and stuff like that. Just
Mhm.
treat me just to be nice. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
exactly.
just within her just doing my less dominant hand. Well, my dominant hand, because I can't do it with my less dominant hand. She did my nails, and just by me watching her, I learned like two new things that I had no idea about.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, it's like anything like these classes, people are like, because I feel like nail artists are also charging their worth when it comes to these classes, and I'm more
Hmm.
than willing to for me, I'm more than willing to learn it, because these are people who are basically have been doing nails for so and so long, and they're basically compressing that information, that all of that stuff that they've learned, all the trials and errors, into a single class to tell you
Right.
this works, this doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work. So
Hmm.
I feel like it's worth taking extended classes after nail tech school, because there's only so much that you can learn on your own.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And plus you learn a lot more. You get more for your buck in terms of
Yeah.
in nail classes. And the thing is, I took a nail course about nail prep. Like I didn't know how to do nail prep. I was like, oh, how do you, maintain like a gel manicure? Because I would do like my mom's nails, but like sometimes like the gel manicure wouldn't last long. So once I took, a lesson in terms of nail prep, I was like, oh, okay, this is how it lasts long and it makes a total difference. You know what I mean? So, a gel manicure can last like 2 to 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks.
Depending
So,
on how you prep it.
yeah, depending on how you prep it. So, you don't want your stuff lasting for 1 to 2 days. You be having a gel manicure doing an acrylic set and it pop off.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah.
So that's something that's very, very important. Now, I definitely want to get into in terms of like nail art. So how can you describe like your nail art style? Like what are some things you like to do in terms of nail art?
When it comes to nail art, I definitely love doing character art. I love specifically like Japanese nail art in
Mm,
my work. I love to do like a lot of like airbrushing as well. So it's very like a mix between like Japanese and Korean style nails and stuff like
right.
that. Very dainty. I also love like really like charmy nails and stuff like that. Like I love
Mhm.
3D. I love adding like 3D charms on people's nails, and I love just colorful nails in general. Like I love color. According to my name, do it with color. Like I love adding color. And when people say they wanted want a plain nail, I'm just like, are you kidding me? We could do more. We could do more. Let's take it there. I'm
Right.
more like, I want to be extra. Like I want to do some extra stuff on people's nails. Like it makes me happy. So I definitely describe my style as very like Japanese and Korean style nails.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. Like I don't know if there's like a specific word, because I just like a jumble of things.
Mhm.
But I definitely enjoy doing like a lot of character art, a lot of airbrushing, glitters, just
Mhm.
anything with a bunch of colors and just
Right.
nail art. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a color person too. But
Yeah.
also too, like with like the Korean nail art, like the Korean nail art is kind of like more like fashion. Like they play with like glitter, like transparent like film on the nails and stuff like that. So it has like that avant-gardeness. With
Yeah.
Japanese gel, it's like, with the characters, like how you said before. And I like there's this one Japanese nail artist. I think her name is Too Much Nail, I think. It's
Mm.
either she's Japanese or Korean, but she does like these bling nails. And I like her nails, like, like the big things of bling and, the stiletto nail shape and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's really, really cool to see like, nail artists from Asia and like to see what they do. And plus the thing is too, I like how you talked about products too, because I have Presto Gel. Presto Gel is a pretty good product.
Yeah. Like I love it. I think it's like one of those gels that doesn't move around a lot, which is great for
Right.
nail art. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's there again, investing in our products and stuff like that, and this stuff ain't cheap. I stayed on Zillabo with a whole set of tiny nail gel that is $3,000.
Yep.
That is a lot of money. Like,
That's it. That's an investment. That
yeah,
is an investment for sure, because it's not cheap. And I was like, I've the amount of times I've had to remind people is like, these products aren't cheap. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but like I can't
Mhm.
undercharge myself. Like
Right.
if
Exactly.
but I say there's someone for everybody, because if you want to go somewhere and stuff like that, like you can go to like a nail shop, they charge way less and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Am I going to guarantee the quality is going to be the same? No, but I say you go where you feel like you can pay, but
Mhm.
don't go to someone who can make your nails last for a whole month and just expect them to just charge you like $100 or like, $75. Like it's not going to happen unless
Yeah.
you're going to like a solid color, maybe.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, their prices could be a bit cheaper. So yeah, but as you said before, it's like, go to whoever you feel would be for you. So that's the thing. Now, within terms of press on nails, because I know you mentioned doing press on nails, like, what has been that experience of doing like press on nails for like your friends and things like that?
It's been great. I only did it for like a short amount of time and stuff like that because I was just like not sure how to use a drill on someone, and like I was just scared of that. So I just started out with press on nails. I would use the gel X like Apres tips
Right.
to make the press on nails and stuff like that. It was great. It was really good. um I like it, but I think I actually, once I started working on actual people, I think I actually preferred working on people,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. Now, what do you consider to be like your favorite like nail brushes or like nail products to use for nail art?
Well, I feel like actually my favorite nail brush is actually Narina's detail brush. It's
Mm-hmm.
been my favorite for since she actually came out with it, because it's been
Mm-hmm.
really hard for me to find like a brush that's good for character art, because the art that we do is very on a very small canvas,
Right.
and finding like a nice fine thin brush is very hard to find,
Mm-hmm.
something that's not too thick, not something that picks up too much product, because you don't want to pick up
Mm-hmm.
too much product unless you're like filling something in, but like to get like do eyes or like eyelashes or something, it's very hard. And her detail brush is really really amazing for that. Like
Mm-hmm.
really really like using it. I'm not just saying that because she's a friend, I'm literally saying that because I was like,
Right.
wow, this is genius. Like that's amazing that you came out with this product, and I use it like all the time. It's like my
Mm-hmm.
go-to product.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
And my the leaf gel, there's this like the leaf gel over oval brush and the square
Mhm.
brush.
Right.
Love using that to putting like solid like color on the nail and stuff like that. um it just picks up the right amount of product,
Mhm.
like it's great. I also use it to make ombres and stuff.
Mhm.
It's really great, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Now,
Mhm.
do you charge nail art by the hour? Like, how do you charge like nail art and your nail services possibly?
um I charge it I charge I think I charge it by a certain amount of time. So I know how much
Mhm.
time it takes me to do a certain types of art. So I say like advanced nail art, it takes me I'm like a little slow with advanced nail art. I'm like it takes me like when I do character art, it like takes me like 45 minutes per character and
Mhm.
stuff, like 30-45 minutes per character. So character art, it takes me anywhere roughly from like 5-6 hours and stuff to
Mhm.
do like a full set on someone's nails. Let's say like two characters and stuff like that. Um, it just depends on like the type of like the art that I'm doing. So within those 6 hours, I'm charging, let's say 25-30 dollars an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I kind of just like how long is it going to take me to do this, and how much do I want to get paid for each hour that I'm working on these nails and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like if something takes me like an hour, I'm charged
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna charge for that. But I feel like
Right.
it depends on the type of art that I'm doing. There's some people
Right.
that they charge, it doesn't matter what you're getting. They charge like this amount of time for like the hour.
Mhm.
I'm more like it depends on the art for me. Depends on the art.
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally understandable. I definitely want to get into back into the nail studio part where you had your own nail studio. So, what are some things that one should understand before they start getting into having their own nail studio or nail salon?
Wow. Okay. Cause I think Definitely for sure having a strong clientele base is really important and stuff
Hmm.
like that, especially if you're like paying rent at your like studio and stuff.
Hmm.
It's really important to have like a strong clientele base. But obviously not necessary. You could also just save up money.
Hmm.
You could save up money and just like, you know, because I was told multiple times, like, oh, you could even go independent as soon as you get to New York. Although you do have to have some money saved up to have your studio, it's
Right.
going to be rough probably the first 2-3 months and stuff like that. But once you get that clientele going, you're good to go. Also having products, having a huge array of like products available for people to choose from.
Hmm.
Because like nail salons, they usually provide that for you. So when you're independent and you have your own studio, you have to have the glitters, you have to have multiple amount of like different types of gels that people can choose from.
Hmm.
So I think it's also like not even just having a studio, like having a rental space, it's also having the products available for people to use, because you want people to have variety of things to choose from,
Right.
charms and just all that stuff. Definitely having a clientele base and like great products for people to choose from is really important. Also, having a space that just makes it you. Like when
Right.
I had a home studio, I was able to decorate it how I want. I had like my little I had like little anime figurines on shelves and had
Right.
plants and my crystals just on my windowsill. It was really great. I had like such a really cute studio and I could customize it the way I wanted to. And I could tell just when clients came in, they're like, wow, this is definitely you. Like you just went
Mhm.
in on the space. So I feel like it was also my safe haven, you know what I'm saying? Away from
Right.
home. When I just want to decompress, sometimes I would just be chilling at my studio, just watching a show or just like,
Mhm.
just like work practicing nail art or something. So I
Mhm.
think make when you have your own studio space, customizing it and making it, really like your style is really important, because when people walk in, they know like, I'm in your space, like like it's your space, and
Mhm.
people just know like, I'm gonna go get my nails done. Like this is
Right, exactly.
fun. People just it's also fun for people who come, like your clients and stuff like that. So I think it's
Mhm.
just like being independent it's a really great experience once you get to it. You know what I'm saying? It was a
Mhm.
lot easier back in my hometown because there weren't too many nail techs back in my hometown. I was actually the
Mhm.
only gel-based nail tech in my small town.
Oh, okay.
Very, very small town. So everybody
Wow.
else was kind of more acrylic dip powder based.
Mhm.
And I was actually the first person in my hometown in Reading, Pennsylvania to bring about gel X extensions.
Mhm.
Nobody really knew what it was about. So a lot of people were coming to me like, what is this? And what is it
Mhm.
about? Like I would like try it because like gel X is more of like a thing. Now it's more being more used, but like
Mhm.
2 years ago, it was something that you would only see in like maybe big cities.
Mhm.
New York or like LA, Miami, but it
Right.
wasn't really being used not too many people were using it in the nail industry because not many people knew what it was about. So when I had my own nail studio, I was like, I want to be independent, but I want to be gel based. Like I only want to do gel based stuff. And people have come to me like we're in my old studio. They're like, oh, do you do acrylic? Do I do dip? And I'm like, would you ever get into it? I'm just like, no, there's people for it, like there are
Right.
nail artists who are phenomenal at doing that. And if that's something you would like to
Mhm.
get, there are nail artists. I recommend them other people, if you want to get that. But this is personally
Mhm.
what I do. This is my specialty. And yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I definitely want to get into a pre-gel because I've never tried a pre-gel before. So what are things that stand out to you in terms of like a pre-gel? Like what attracted you to that product?
Well, before I was a client and I would get like acrylic and stuff like that, and I enjoyed acrylic,
Mhm.
but I think I wanted to try out something that was a bit softer on my nails and stuff like that, because I don't like having nails on all the time. Now I'm a nail artist that, I was like, love to have nails on. Sometimes I want to do like a gel manicure and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think the main thing that attracted me to a Prey like Gel X and stuff like that is that
Mhm.
the tips are made out of gel. I have them on like right now and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and they're very like I like that it's very light on your hands,
Mhm.
one, and also that it's the tips are made out of gel, so they
Mhm.
soak off like a gel polish. Not like obviously it's thicker, but you could still soak it off with 100% acetone. And
Mhm.
It's great. I've had like a lot of my clients grow out their nails this way, have a couple sessions of gel X and then they move on to working on their natural nails, which is great.
Mhm.
It's great if you want like the extension, but like you don't have the length, you know what I'm saying? But you still want to keep
Right.
the gel, you know? It's for
Mhm.
great for people who just want to keep everything gel based and stuff because you doing gel from the tip to the very end of like the service, like you're doing gel like gel polishes and gel top coat. It's just
Mhm.
all around gel based system, which I think that's the main thing that attracted me to Apres Gel X.
Mhm. That's very interesting because with acrylic, like, I had acrylic on my nails, like putting it on a nail, like it feels heavy.
Yeah.
Acrylic is more of a heavy type substance when you put it on than it is with gel.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure.
know that because I used to get like nails done acrylic, and then when I put on gel X, I was like, what the heck? Like sometimes you forget that you have them on your hands,
Mhm.
and people who have gotten acrylic before, and they come to me and they're like, whoa, I didn't even feel like there was anything on my hands because these don't feel heavy at all, and I'm like,
Mhm.
well, yeah, I mean it's gel tip, and stuff like that. With acrylic, it's more like a powder base that gets harder once you like
Right.
put it with the monomer.
Yeah, the monomer, yeah. Right, exactly. And that's the thing, like acrylic, you can't mess with it too much in a great deal of time. You have a certain amount of time to play with the acrylic. With gel, you could do that for like eons of time and it'll still be an
Until you put
acceptable.
it on the light, it's
Yeah,
you
until you
can
put it
play
on the
with
light.
it. And I feel like that's what I really attracted me to it as well. It's very forgiving in the sense of like you don't have to worry about working fast or like, getting it done within a certain amount of time, or it's gonna
Mhm.
get hard and it's gonna be hard to work with after that. It's like until
Mhm.
you put it in the light, you're like good to work with it, like put it how you want it. And then once you put it in the light, you're good to go.
Mhm. Yeah, right, exactly. Now,
Yeah,
what are
yeah.
some things that really helped you in terms of gaining a clientele? Like, what are some marketing strategies that have helped you to gain a clientele?
I feel like social media main was like my main thing
Mhm.
that has helped me like build clientele, and also word of mouth really has helped a
Mhm.
lot. When you start to get like a few clientele who come to you, like before it was just my friends, and my
Right.
friends would get their nails done and people would ask them like, where did you get your nails done? And
Mhm.
I was giving out my friends my business cards. I'm like, you better give these out, and then they would just give them and like, oh, you here you go, and then just hand them
Mhm.
out to people, and that's how people would contact me to get their
Mhm.
nails done. Like I had an experience where I had someone who had like gummy bears on their nails, and they went to a
Mhm.
restaurant, and the bartender was like, "Oh my god, like where do you get your nails done?" And she was like, "Oh, my nail artist. Here you go. Here's her Instagram." She didn't even have to say. She didn't even have a business card of mine. She just said, "Oh, her Instagrams do it with color." And um,
Mhm.
I wanted to pick a name that was very like unique to me and stuff like that. Like I
Mhm.
didn't want to put my name in it. I was like, I don't know if I want to have nails in it. I want a nail like a name that kind of just like stands out. Like you say it and people don't forget it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So she said it, and she said the only way I remember that was because of the name that she said. And I
Mhm.
just found it on Instagram, and then she has been like this client that she recommended, that was that like the bartender. She's been
Right.
a client of mine from Pennsylvania, and she still comes to me to this day in
Wow.
New York. She travels out here once a month to get her nails done by me. And like word of mouth and social media has like will really help you with like build a clientele base, because you like I feel like Instagram is definitely like your portfolio that people use now and stuff like that. I don't
Right.
know about this day and age where Instagram is turning more into video stuff, that's
Yeah.
like it's kind of getting weird, and I'm like, okay, this is getting a little odd, but it's great portfolio if people want to check out your work. They're like, oh, this is my work. A lot of people have Instagram, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I feel like social media has definitely been a great place. Twitter as well, surprisingly, has been a great place also to share my work, and people find my like my page through there as well, and like you can find clientele based on there. I feel like Instagram and Twitter has definitely helped me the most, and word of mouth.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of interesting. At one point, I heard like that Instagram was going to turn to like a video type of app, but it was like, we got TikTok for that. TikTok already, you doing videos. You could do 10-minute videos on
Yeah,
TikTok.
I don't know. Like this new age of Instagram trying to be like TikTok is a little weird because Instagram is the photo
Mhm.
app. Like the transition into video is very straining when it comes to like being a nail artist, because
Right.
it's like, okay, we're not only just having to take pictures, now we have to be content creators.
Exactly.
It's like, you know, you were already taking on a lot. And on
Right.
top of that, having to also take videos while we do our work is a little hard. And also
Yeah.
having to edit it. Like, it's a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot. And this transition into like Instagram being like more video is very
Mhm.
hard for someone who does most of their marketing for new clientele or something like that on Instagram. It's a little hard because
Right.
we don't have too much time when in the middle of like doing clients. Like the most we could do is like take a quick photo, you know, here and there and stuff like that, and then
Mhm.
move on to the next client, or like,
Right.
you know, like it's a lot. But I definitely still think that social media is a very strong place to grow like your clientele and your like platform and stuff.
Mhm.
As long as you use it to like your advantage, like TikTok has helped people
Mhm.
tremendously grow clientele and just like their businesses. Like, and I feel like that's why Instagram, in a way, kind of felt threatened by it.
Mhm.
And maybe that's why they decided to do more, like
Mhm.
more video based content and stuff. But I think for people who like us, like nail artists who don't have too much time to like, you know, take videos, we have to like now got to put in that extra work to like take a quick
Mhm.
video while we do our nail art and stuff. But I mean, if you have someone there to help you, I mean, take advantage of that. Sometimes I have my friends that are around, they're like, oh, I can help you make some content, which is very greatly appreciated, you know, now
Right.
at this day of age. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. You have to wear like so many different hats. But I definitely want to get into in terms of like with booking clients. So what are some apps that you would recommend or that you found the best in terms of, where clients can book you for an appointment?
The booking app that I felt like was the least complicated for me to use was this app called Gloss Genius.
Hmm.
Gloss Genius is great because it has just so many different features, and the way that the app is set up is just so easy for me to use, as
Hmm.
like someone as a business owner, and also like someone like a clientele, because when they go on the booking app, they don't only just see like the reviews that people get like left for you. Also they can look at you the hours that you are open. um
Hmm.
they also, when they are booked, they can see pictures of your work and the different type of tiers, because a lot of booking websites, I noticed that they don't have pictures
Right.
of like, you could just put a description, but people don't really actually know what they're booking for, you know.
Right.
Like something that's considered simple art to me might not be considered simple art to someone else. So I like
Right.
to always add like a little, like Gloss Genius is great because you can always add like a photo. You could actually add multiple photos of that people can see to see what exactly simple art is, what moderate level art is, or like advanced
Right.
nail is, so people kind of know what they're in store for when they are booking that specific service.
Hmm.
So I think Gloss Genius is great. Also, you can take card information there
Hmm.
and stuff like that, just in case of like no shows as well. Or you don't have to at all. They give you the option of, you know, if you don't want to. And it's great because the app also includes confirmation text and stuff that they send it to their
Hmm.
email and their text, and it's not an added charge. It's just I think it's $25 a month, and that's what it stays. You don't have to pay for anything extra. Like everything, all the features, you get it just for like, you know, for that amount, which is great because a lot of these other, I tried using like this other app. I think it was like I think I tried using like Square before, and it was like really complicated. They gave you a lot of features, but like the way you had to set up, it was just a little confusing for me, because Gloss Genius, I feel like just made it like a lot easier for me. And it also gave you like a guide on how to like get start, like how to set up your thing. Like,
Hmm.
oh, you know, just you want to set this up first and then set this one up next. Have you set this
Hmm.
up yet? Like, you know, it was just great. And it's also great because when you refer someone, you get a free month, or you get like, you know, money sent to you as well if you want to like do it like that. But it's great because you get a free month and the person that you recommend gets a free month. You know what I'm saying? Other than the free trial that they get. So technically they get 2 free months instead of one.
Hmm.
So I love it. It was great. I got recommended that by another nail artist, and it was great. I honestly recommend it to anybody who's doing like bookings and stuff like that when you're getting started. If
Hmm.
also, I also noticed, because I have my friend, she's like a lash tech, and you can put multiple people. Like if you have multiple people for that work for your salon, you can
Hmm.
actually add like different people who work like different employees. Like let's say you want like let's say simple nail art, you could put which artist that you want to be booked with as well, which is great because it's not
Mhm.
only just for individuals, you can also do it if you have a salon as well. So
Right.
I think Gloss Genius is very versatile and very easy to use. So that's what I usually recommend to people.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I definitely want to get into the nail industry. In terms of the US economy, like how has the economy, in your perspective, affected the nail industry?
I like in this day and age, the economy, I don't think it's the best. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because just with just like the gas prices going up and just
Mhm.
like all the stuff happening in the economy, I don't think people are able to I don't know if maybe it's because of like maybe New York based or just like
Mhm.
because I only know experience from working in Pennsylvania and
Mhm.
working in New York, but currently working in New York, I feel like people are very picky and choosy on what they spend their money on now, specifically when it comes to like to beauty, because it's not a necessity, it's a luxury. So
Right.
I'm very appreciative when people can still come to me, you know, my clients who come from all the way from Pennsylvania who decide to spend their money on me, because in this economy, I know it's like very hard right now to,
Mhm.
you know, uh spend and splurge on yourself. So
Mhm.
you have to be very picky and choosy on what you like splurge your money on, like lashes or hair
Right.
and stuff like that, you know? So I definitely think it's a little hard right now for many nail artists and
Mhm.
people in the beauty industry in general. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you have like already like a strong clientele base, like that's something to be very thankful for, you
Mhm.
know, and very like appreciative of, because it's I feel like it's really hard for nail artists right now. You know,
Mhm.
I've talked to a couple of my friends and they tell me it's a little hard right now, you know, just because of the
Mhm.
economy and stuff. People don't really have money to throw around like that, you know. We're going through
Mhm.
something like a recession right now. So it's still
Mhm.
hard, but I think things will get better in time.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
hoping. So yeah. That's I feel like that's my perspective, at least working here in New York. Um, it's
Mhm.
it's definitely more competitive out here than back in my hometown, you know?
Mhm.
Such it's something that I'm getting like more used to and stuff like that. Work has to be impeccable, you know,
Mhm.
gotta be clean.
Right.
So yeah, that's definitely something I'm like realizing.
Mhm. Yeah, I can agree with that because stuff has been going up like gas prices, like, here in Maryland is like nearly like $5 a gallon, I think.
Yes.
So it's crazy, and plus there's like because of the fact like different stuff like has been going on, or so much stuff has been going on, and especially like with products. And I definitely want to get into like the products in the nail industry, not just so much about the economy, how it's affected the nail industry, but the products have came a long way too. Like, like we had the crackle gel and then like the polish in the bottle with like the brushes,
Mhm.
so there's so much stuff that's so advanced, the UV lamps, the gels, the Korean gels, the Japanese gels. You have so much stuff at your disposal. It's absolutely, crazy.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people give everything a try. Like just because like maybe like a nail artist didn't work for you or a nail tech didn't work for you doesn't mean like another nail tech or a nail artist won't work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it really makes me sad when people say that, oh, gel ruins my nails or like acrylic ruins my nails and da 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 da
Mhm.
da. It's
Right.
like, no, it's not. I
Mhm.
don't think that's the case. I think you just need to try someone else out.
Yeah, it's the nail prep.
It's the
That's
nail
the thing.
prep. Yeah, it's like the way that person's doing your nails.
Mhm.
If you don't like the way they're doing your nails, it's not because of the products. It's really just because of the person. You could just
Mhm.
try someone else because everybody's application is different. Everybody has like a different technique of how they do certain things and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, I definitely think that in this day and age with so many products at our disposal, like if a certain product doesn't work for you, it could just mean that you just need a different type of product, maybe a different primer, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm. Right.
yeah, it makes me sad when like a client is already judging a nail artist just based off one of experience that they had with them with their nails. It's like, hey, maybe this didn't work for you, but maybe this other product will work for you, or maybe just try another nail artist. But I feel like when people just write off like nails in general, it makes me sad because there's so
Mhm.
much talent in this community, and
Mhm.
it gets very overshadowed by people's one bad experience, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Now, what are some things you'd like to see more of in the nail industry?
I feel like in the nail industry, I think I would like to see people, I feel like I hear this a lot, but I feel like I definitely want to see people charging their worth.
Hmm.
I feel like that's number one. Um, because I think we have to set the standard. We have
Right.
to set the standard that our our work and our like labor and everything that we do is worth the price. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Hmm.
I feel like I don't think like I feel like maybe it's more of a nail artist thing because it's not something I see too much in nail
Hmm.
shops. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it
Right.
too people like upping the prices like at nail shops. So I would really love
Hmm.
to see more studios. Like in the future, I would love to see like more studios open up for nail artistry and stuff like that.
Hmm.
More gel-based places as well. That would be awesome to see. My goal is to open up my own nail studio and stuff with where other nail artists and stuff where we can charge our worth and you know have like a space where it's just more how do you say I'm trying to find the word specifically for it. um
Hmm.
I want it to be a place ran by nail techs
Hmm.
and also like the nail techs do the work and the nail techs run the place type thing because
Hmm.
in salons I've seen out here it's mainly like people who own nail salons or people who don't even do nails in general,
Right.
and it saddens me.
Hmm.
You know, it saddens me because these people don't really respect the work that we do. They don't really understand what time and effort it takes to put into the work that we do. They just see the
Right.
money. They just see the money. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Right.
for me, it's not only just about the money, it's also about the artistry. Like
Hmm.
I also need to love the work that I'm putting on someone's nails. And I
Right.
want nail artists, people who come into the like the nail industry and stuff like that, to love the work that they're putting out there. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And be able
Absolutely.
to pick and choose the clientele that they take. Because not everybody who sits in your seats deserves to sit in your seat.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like um just I want like nail artists and nail techs and stuff to be more respected in this
Hmm.
industry. So
Right.
I'm hoping to see more of that. I feel like we're definitely making progress. I
Right.
100% think we're making progress, especially
Agreed.
when it comes in like into fashion and stuff. Like if
Hmm.
you're asking me to be there for the entire day, you better believe I'm gonna be charging my worth for being at the shoot for the entire day.
Right.
So yeah. And you know, I hope that I hope to see more nail artists get invited to be in more fashion shows and stuff like that because I feel like when it comes to the fashion industry that the first thing to go when it comes to budget is nails.
Hmm.
And you better believe when fashion week comes around I'm zooming on in on the nails. I'm zooming in to see how everything's looking, and some
Right.
people they don't do the toes. They don't do
Hmm.
toes, and I'm just like, I see that, and I'm like, you guys cut the budget. You think people don't notice, but I'll notice if you're modeling shoes and stuff like that, and you don't have the model's feet done. Like,
Hmm.
it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad to see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting how you mentioned that, because it's always focused on the hands, not so much the toenails. And I like how you mentioned that, and also too, like there's so much of these nail trends going on with the chrome nails and stuff like that. I wish like in the fashion industry they could add some of those trends onto the nail, especially like some of the fashion designers like take those nail art trends as inspiration. It doesn't have to be a simple color like a nude or a red. I look at like C&D and they're collaborating with the blondes in their fashion shows, and they're doing like over the top nails.
Love
So,
that.
it's nothing wrong with having over the top luxury, fun nails for with the fashion garments, because that is just as much of a statement piece as the fashion garment itself.
I 100% agree with that. I feel like for me, nails are an extension of your personality. They're an
Right.
extension of who you are. And
Hmm.
I feel like in the fashion industry, it's a staple because the
Hmm.
first thing, like other than the clothes and stuff like that, the other thing you see is the nails. The
Right.
other thing you see is the nails,
Right.
like when people are modeling with their hands and stuff, like what do you see? The hand.
Nails. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's the entire thing with that. Absolutely, I definitely agree with that. Now, what are some things that you found the most rewarding with being a nail artist?
I feel like for me, it was like freedom of like creativity.
Hmm.
I've always been into art,
Hmm.
um, but I feel like nail art has definitely been a combination of the two things I love, which is beauty and art.
Hmm.
And it just has given me a great play, like great outlet to just express my art through.
Hmm.
So it's great because it's not only like something that it's not like such just the art. I love about like nail art is that it's not just something that you hang on your wall. It's something that everybody gets to see.
Right.
Everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I feel like it has been a great outlet for me to express like my artistry and like, make also people happy because I
Right.
love making women, men feel beautiful when they have their nails
Hmm.
done. And
Right.
it makes me happy. It makes me happy when people are happy with their nails, like,
Hmm.
and when they get to show them off, like, it makes me happy. So I think, yeah, that's like,
Hmm.
it's great for me to like just express my art through nail art and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely cool. Now, last but not least, where could people find on social media and how could people support your work?
So you can always find me on Instagram at Do It With Color. Um, just how I said, do it with color.
Right.
Instagram. And I guess the best way to support me is like, checking out my work, booking with me. You can
Hmm.
always DM me to book with me, or you can always book me at Akiko Nails.
Hmm.
You can look on their Instagram and call them up. I'll
Hmm.
be there and stuff. But yeah, you could always like the best way to support me is just to, follow me, check out my work, you know, yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Christy, for jumping onto the show. Your work is absolutely great.
Thank
I
you.
got familiar with your work on Instagram, and your work is absolutely cool. I love the detailing. I love how you're colorful. This has been fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Asia. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Nail artist to nail artist, really appreciate it. I love what you got going on. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay beautiful.